Joe Seals here. Did you know there is nearly $1 trillion of infrastructure and pandemic funds yet to be spent? That's right, there's a massive amount of money that the lame duck administration is pushing hard to spend in their last few months. If the president is able to push these funds out, we could see another prolonged inflation surge, just like during COVID. And I'm sure you remember the terrible effects that high prices had on most Americans. But there's hope. A surge in prices can be beaten. A gold IRA from Birch Gold Group is the ultimate inflation hedge for your savings in uncertain times. To see how to protect your IRA or 401k, get your free info kit on gold by texting the word Trump to 989898. Birch Gold makes it seamless to roll over your retirement account while preserving your tax advantage status. Don't wait for the president's spending spree to tank the dollar further. Protect your financial future now. Text Trump to the number 989898 for your free info kit from Birch Gold.
Hello, I'm Matthew Alvarez for this RSBN Economic Report. As you know, news headlines are not looking so good out there, whether it's military conflicts around the world, a fluctuating economy. So here at Right Side Broadcasting Network, we know that gold remains a safe investment during times of political and financial insecurity and uncertainty. Speaking of gold, I sat down with Phillip Patrick with the Birch Gold Group for this week's RSBN Economic Report. And Phillip joins us right now. Thank you so much for joining us on Right Side Broadcasting Network.
Thank you for having me.
President Trump and J.D. Vance are in the White House. We have 4 years of Maganomics. Still, though, gold, silver, precious metals, I believe, are the way to go as well, too.
I think so. Look, Trump and Vance have very strong economic policy. I mean, broadly speaking, they want to create a business-friendly environment. They want to cut tax on corporations and not raise income or capital gains tax. So creating a business-friendly environment. Obviously, a central part of Trump's economic policies would involve tariffs, right? A 20% tariff on all imported goods, 60% tariff on goods imported from China. Long term, this is a good idea, right? This is a strategy to revitalize our manufacturing base, to incentivize the purchase of high quality American made products. But, there's no way around it. It does mean higher prices up front. Every Walmart, every Target, sell goods made in China. So, to summarize, Trump's economic policy, I think, is based on the principle of shorter term pain in exchange for longer term gain. And we haven't had a president willing to do that really since Reagan. No matter who gets in, we've got a tough storm to weather. The question is, whose plan's better long term? And the answer is Trump, I think, resoundingly.
100%. And then also there's a lot of discussion about taxes, right? No tax on tips, no tax on overtime. What do you see in there as a financial expert with Birch Gold Group?
Look, I mean, the ones pushing higher taxes, it's really Kamala, right? And they're looking to tax almost everything, quadruple stock type buyback taxes, in capital gains tax on dividends, 25% minimum tax on high wealth households. Then they're talking about taxing both realized and unrealized income, which is an absurdity. The problem with this, though, all of these taxes over the next 10 years are suggested to generate about $900 billion. For some context on that, that's less than we're paying on debt service payments this year alone. So why they're talking about raising taxes and not addressing the spending, that's the elephant in the room. And we got to remember, these tax increases that they're suggesting, they come with implications as well. The Tax Foundation estimates that the taxes being proposed would reduce economic output by 2% and could cost 1 million jobs. So, not happy with Kamala's plan. The more we learn, the worse we see it is.
And what do you see when it comes to the Fed and interest rates and inflation right now? I know it's a rocky situation out there, isn't it?
It's a rocky situation. Look, they used employment numbers as a catalyst to lower interest rates, and they did. They dropped by 0.5% not long ago. My concern with that is it's not enough to rescue the economy from recession, and I think it risks sending us back into an inflationary spiral. And they did that on the back of two inflation reports that came up with an increase, right? So I'm getting concerned that if we continue down this path, inflation could start to increase again. We have a recession as well. Now we're in a stagflationary climate of the 1970s to 80s.
It's unbelievable to hear all of that right now. A lot of obviously financial problems going on around the world. And speaking about the world, global central banks, they've been buying record amounts and quantities of gold for the past 2.5 years, right? Can you talk to us about why they're doing that instead of, the currencies?
Yeah, I mean, it's very simple. They're suffering. So you're correct. 22, 23, first half of 24, central banks have set records for gold buying. And it's for the same reasons that we as individuals are looking for it. They're holding US dollars, right? They're seeing those US dollars fall in value. Since the pandemic alone, the dollar's lost 17% of its buying power. So what they've been doing is dumping dollars and replacing those dollars with gold. And the reason that they do, gold and the US dollar have a directly inverse relationship. So when the dollar goes down, gold goes up. And as evidence of that, gold is up over 30% in the same time period that the dollar has lost 17%. So same reasons as us, just at a bigger scale.
And let's shift over to the consumer confidence. It was low in September. Any thoughts about that as well? It just seems like we're painting a terrible picture here, but it's actually what's going on.
Look, I've been the bearer of bad news really for the last 3.5 years under the Biden administration, but policies haven't been looking good and consumer confidence is falling. Look, the border and the economy are the two big issues for this election cycle, and we can see why. For me, the economy is a ticking time bomb. As consumer sentiment continues to wane, that could be the thing that pushes us into recession, which is the last thing we need right now, but I think it's on the horizon short to medium term. So
people that have a few extra dollars, they should probably hold on to something, an anchor in this storm. So when it comes to tax sheltered IRAs and 401ks, can you explain how Birch Gold Group will kind of assist people within that framework?
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of people think, well, gold, if I have cash, I buy gold, I hold on to it, and then I sell it. And that, of course, we can do. We have people with cash in bank accounts that are losing to inflation. However, we are also allowed, clearly defined under IRS tax code, to hold physical precious metals tax deferred within qualified retirement accounts. So for your viewers, they can contact Birch. They get access to free information on why and how to do that. And if it does ultimately pique their interest, we have people like myself and processors that are at the company that can help people fill out the paperwork and get the ball rolling. So we can start, facilitate from start to finish. Customers just need to get educated.
All right, there you go. Phillip Patrick with the Birch Gold Group. All you have to do is text Trump to 989898 for more information. I'm Matthew Alvarez for this RSBN Economic Report.
Hi folks, RSBN founder and CEO Joe Seals here. Did you know there is nearly $1 trillion of infrastructure and pandemic funds yet to be spent? That's right, there's a massive amount of money that the lame duck administration is pushing hard to spend in their last few months. If the president is able to push these funds out, we could see another prolonged inflation surge, just like during COVID. And I'm sure you remember the terrible effects that high prices had on most Americans. But there's hope. A surge in prices can be beaten. A gold IRA from Birch Gold Group is the ultimate inflation hedge for your savings in uncertain times. To see how to protect your IRA or 401k, get your free info kit on gold by texting the word Trump to 989898. Birch Gold makes it seamless to roll over your retirement account while preserving your tax advantage status. Don't wait for the president's spending spree to tank the dollar further. Protect your financial future now. Text Trump to the number 989898 for your free info kit from Birch Gold.